Hey guys, so I've been using TopCoat F11 for over 3 months now, and so I wanted to make an update video. I wanted to give you all an updated version on how I feel about the product now, since I've used it for over 3 months now, and also because I have a lot of coats on the car, at least 15 by now. There are a lot more coats on this car than every customer video that I've personally seen so far. And I'm sure you would all like to know, what type of conclusion can you get from adding this many coats to your car. This video is not only just going to be an updated opinion on the product, but also I want to go through all the products in my detailing bag and what products I no longer use thanks to TopCoat F11. In my original review, I was comparing TopCoat F11 to Zaino. Zaino is a polish which I've been using on my car for over 15 years. A polish that, while not really well known now, due to the amount of steps needed, it was back in the day a very popular polish that outlasts and outshined pretty much all the others out there at the time. Most people use the regular common products on their car like Mother's, Meguiar's, Armor All, and even Adams. My intention on the video was to simply show a comparison of what I concluded to be the best polish. Of course, short of ceramic, of course. Adams polish seems to be the leader in the market today, but Zaino back in the day was always compared to Adams. Now, a little background on the car. I try to attend as many indoor and outdoor car shows as I'm able to. And I like to have the car in the best visual condition at all times. As a result, I would spend a lot of time detailing my car to keep it in the condition that it's in now. Normally, before my car shows, I would spend hours detailing the car with Zaino. Over the years, I've tried a lot of different products, and so I have a lot of different products at my disposal, in which I keep in the car at all times in a detailing bag. And I'll show you later on what's in my detailing bag, what I used, and what TopCoat F11 has been able to replace for me. Now that I've used TopCoat F11 for over 3 months, I can honestly tell you that this has not only saved me money, but time, a lot of time. I don't have to use wheel polish, wheel protective spray, glass cleaner, back to black product for the trim, interior detailing products, nor any of the 8 Zaino products that I used to use. And this is going to save me a lot of money. Now, in regards to time savings, it is literally night and day. What TopCoat F11 allows me to do now is simply amazing, and this is why I wanted to make this updated video. I've put at least 15 coats on this car so far. Again, not because I have to, and not because I feel anyone watching this needs to put this many, or to think that they have to put this many coats on their car. It is simply not true. I top off more coats simply because of all the car shows I'm in. But again, really, I don't even need to do that. I could just use a spray bottle of water. I'll explain that a little later in this video and include a sample video so you can see what I mean. Normally I would spend 20 minutes per wheel polishing it with Mother's Power Cone and White Diamond metal polish. Swapping a set of batteries 3 to 4 times in my cordless drill. The total would end up being 1.5 to 2.5 hour routine. After that, I would spray Armor All Quicksilver brake dust repellent on the rims. That product did a great job on keeping the wheels look freshly polished looking for at least a couple weeks. After a few weeks, I would have to do the entire routine all over again just to get the slickness back to the rims like they were before. The Armor All product is not cheap, almost $20 Canadian, and I would only get around 6 or so wheels out of it. Now I don't even have to use that anymore. So I applied TopCoat F11 to the rims that first day back in June, over 3 months ago, and let me tell you, I have not had to wash my rims with soap of any kind at all, nor have I had to add any products to the rim after that one coat of TopCoat F11. In fact, the rims have remained having this freshly polished look to them even to this day. Before, the rims would typically lose their slickness. That would be left on the rims after polishing and the protective spray before. However, now with Top Coat F11, it's kept my rims looking the same as I had them 3 months ago. So what do I need to do to the rims now? In fact, all I have to do for my regular routine now is just spray the car's panel with a spray bottle of water, and then just wipe dry. It's absolutely amazing. I've not noticed any additional scratching, and I've done it for months. Alright, I want to show you that Top Coat F11, you still get, after it rains, you still get all that water spots on the car. And you can see it, if you look really close, you can see that it's just full of water spots. And if I take a towel, it doesn't come off. It's still on there. So all I do is I have a spray bottle of water, and I'm just going to, and I'll show you how easy this is. I don't even have to use the product. I'm just using the spray, just water, and that's it. Take my first towel. You can see the water just beading off the top. Carefully dry it off. And then I'm going to take my second one and just dry off the rest. And if you look at that, we're back to the shine again. There's the dirty one. And the clean one. And it is super slick. Everything's sliding around on it. Not on here. It sticks to it. But on here, totally slicks. So I can do the whole entire car right. I can just do the whole hood. Now, as you can see, this is after a rainfall. Top Coat F11 does not, at least for me, stop ugly water spots from showing. However, and it could be because I have so many coats on this car, but it does make it a heck of a lot easier just to remove it and get back to the shine that I had before. All I use is a spray bottle of water, and that's it. I'm just going to spray it, just water, and then I'm going to take a towel and just dry it. Just kind of dry the water off here. Now I'm going to take a dry towel and just go through it. Look at that. And there's my shine back. Just like I polished it. Look at that. Look at that shine. That is like a mirror compared to, all that dirt. Well, look at it, just like a mirror. That is why I love this product. Look at that. That is amazing. The first thing that would always happen with Zaino is that while the depth of shine would not fade, the slickness of the paint, however, would. And it would lose this newly waxed slick feeling. Now, I could usually just spray it with Z6 or the more expensive Z8 to replenish much of the slickness. But I found I'd just have to go back to my long routine of using 6 to 8 Zaino products and hours of application for the true look that I wanted to get out of this 25-year-old car. Now, a TopCoat F11, I can do the entire car in literally 20 to 30 minutes, not hours. I've noticed lately there's a lot of dust in the air in my area, so in a matter of a day or two, could have a light layer of dust on it. Now all I have to do is spray down the car with a garden hose, or again, simply just spray it with my spray ball of water in the car, and gently dry the car to return its slickness back to before. The slickness of the paint is literally just under this light coat of dust, and it does not disappear. Now, of course, before my shows, I reapply another coat of TopCoat F11, but really, I don't need to. I just want to ensure the car looks as best as it can be. I had ordered the gallon size of TopCoat F11, while the 16 ounce ended up costing me exactly $100 Canadian by the time it arrived. The gallon cost me close to $400 Canadian again by the time it arrived, including shipping, duty, taxes, and fees. And as of today, I still have around 80% left in the gallon. So yeah, I am so unbelievably impressed with TopCoat F11. I mean, not only will it save me money and time, perhaps it'll even give me some better gas mileage. Well, the reduction of the detailing products in my detailing bag, I must be saving weight in the car now. Okay, wishful thinking, I know. Now, in regards to the detailing bag, this is the detailing bag I have with me in the car at all times. I'll start off by showing you everything that's in my detailing bag, and then I'll break it down into what products I've used for my detailing routine and how it's been affected by switching now to TopCoat F11. Okay, let's start off by the initial cleaning of the car. Now for preparation and the washing of the body panels, first of all, I would use my 2 buckets, one for washing, one for rinsing. Now, of course, while most people use a 2-bucket wash, they use buckets with a dirt trap. I never got one, so I admit it probably would have been better if I got one. For the actual washing of the car, I would use Zaino Z7 Show Car Wash. Unfortunately, a common fault with the bottle that they use is that the cap tends to break off. So I had to put it in an old cleaned and washed out bottle. And no, it's not rubbing alcohol. For cleaning of the exterior body of the car, minus the rims of course, I would use this Siamese microfiber wash mitt. And now I no longer need to use this. Then to dry the car, I would use the hose, put it on a steady stream, and would dry the car with a water hose. Then I would simply use the Absorber Synthetic drying chamois, and of course it had to be blue, to mop up any remaining drops. To clay the car's body panels and windows to remove surface contaminants, I would use Zaino Z8 clay bar using a spray bottle and a mixture of water and Z7 Show Car Wash. I would, however, put on some black nitrile gloves, making it easier to hold on to the wet, soapy clay bar. I would use One Touch All Wheel Care to clean the wheel. Again, I no longer need to use this anymore. For the interior. For my leather seats, I used to use Zaino Z9 Leather Soft Spray Cleaner and Zaino Z10 Leather in a Bottle, but I experienced problems with it, and so I have since moved to a new product, Meguiar's Gold Class Rich Leather Cleaner and Conditioner, and applied it to some microfiber application pads. Apparently you can use TopCoat F11 on your leather, but I've yet to do so, and as a result I cannot comment on that. For the application pads, I use the handle that came from the package of Siamese applicator pads with handle 5-pack that I use. It works great and seems to hold up very well. For the interior plastic trim, I use 303 Aerospace Protectant. I no longer need to use this anymore. For the windows, I used to use Zaino Z6 Ultra Clean Gloss Enhancer Spray. I no longer need to use this anymore. For the exterior black trim, I used to use Black Chrome Cleaner and Sealant by Turtle Wax. Again, I no longer need to use this anymore. Tire shine. For the tires, I use Meguiar's Endurance Aerosol Tire Spray. Seal shine. For the rims, I used to use a cordless drill and then swap between 2 battery packs. I'd be using a 1-hour quick charger to constantly swap batteries during the polishing routine. I no longer need to use this for this purpose. I would attach the mother's power cone, which worked great, but it tended to sling the metal polish everywhere. Don't need to use this anymore. And of course a bunch of various detailing brushes and a container of Q-tips to get into the little nooks and crannies of the rims. I'll still be using it for my detailing though. For the metal polish itself, I've used a ton of different brands, and I've come across a great product called White Diamond Metal Polish. I, however, realized pretty quickly that the caution label about it being combustible was indeed true. Being that this was also left in my detailing bag in the summer heat, I'd come out to find the product would be seeping through the lid, and as you can see, I had to put it in a Ziploc bag. I absolutely swear by this product. So if you're using anything other than TopCoat F11 on your rims, that I highly suggest trying out White Diamond. I no longer need to use this as frequently as I need to now, ever since TopCoat F11, as it keeps it shiny and slick the entire time. I guess time will tell. To protect the shine on the rims after polishing with white diamond metal polish, I used Armor All Quicksilver Brake Dust Repellent Spray. It's the only Armor All product that I would use on my car though. Once again, I no longer need this. Engine cleaning. For the engine, I would use Engine Bright Engine Protector Shine by Gunk. I find that with TopCoat F11 that I really don't need to use this anymore since the dirt is easily washed off. Of course, always being careful to cover electrical first. I'll continue to use this. I used a number of different products in the past. These products are Meguiar's Ultimate Compound, Zaino ZPC Fusion Dual Action Paint Cleaner Swirl Remover, and Zaino All-in-One. I'll continue to keep this with me. Not that I've had to actually use it since adding TopCoat F11, but it's nothing to do with the product, it's all coincidental, that's all. I heard that TopCoat F11 fills in clear coat surface scratches, but for me, personally didn't do anything. Paint prep. After cleaning the car, I would apply Zaino All-in-One on an applicator pad and then buff it off. I've used a lot of different applicator pads, including the Zaino Custom Polish Applicator Terry Cloth Pad. As well as their 6-inch Tri-Foam Oval Zaino applicator, but found the Adams Red Waxing Hex Grip applicator to be the best. I'll continue to keep it. After prepping, I would pour in 1 ounce of Zaino Z5 Pro into one of the Zaino mixing bottles, and then apply 4 to 5 drops of Zaino ZFX Accelerator additive. Put on the cap and shake vigorously for 60 to 90 seconds. I would then allow the bottle of mixture to rest for 5 minutes to fully mix and cure. While I would wait for it to cure, I would then mist Zaino Z6 Ultra Clean Gloss Enhancer Spray on the body panels and windows and then buff it off. I no longer need to use this anymore. I then would spray a mist of Z6 onto the Adams applicator to make it easier to spread. I'd squirt a very thin X on the applicator and apply to the body panels and windows. After waiting 20 minutes, I'd buff it all off. Then I'd mist another coat of Z6 spray on the body and buff it off. I'd repeat the process for applying Z5 to the applicator, wipe on the car, wait for it to dry, buff off, mist Z6, and one last time, buff it off. After all that, I would repeat everything again, except this time I'd be using a new bottle with Zaino Z2 Pro Show Car Polish with clear coat car finishes, along with 2 to 3 drops of ZFX. I'd apply the entire step with the Z2 Pro one time, and then finish off with a mist of Zaino Z8 Grand Finale Spray Seal, and then buff it off. Finally, I would mist Zaino ZCS Clear Spray onto a brand new applicator pad and spray one panel at a time, wiping one panel down and letting dry. As you can see, there are a lot of steps that involved hours of work on my part before each of my car shows. So I'm sure you all must be wondering, a car with 15 coats on it. What I've been able to conclude is that, as mentioned in my original video comparing Zaino to TopCoat F11, even with like 15 coats on the car, the shine on the car does not appear to be any more or less than my original Zaino. The maker of TopCoat F11 did tell me that there was no point in removing all of the TopCoat F11 and Zaino, as TopCoat F11's molecular structure is smaller than Zaino, and so eventually it would penetrate it through multiple coats. I would say after 15, I think I've achieved that by now. Also, as seen in my previous video, you can pretty much dry the car with a stream of water with a garden hose. Now that I see no different than with Zaino, as I was doing for years with Zaino. But the fact that I no longer need to spend hours to achieve that is a great feature of F11. But anyways, as mentioned in my first video, you can apply it to anything. It's even non-flammable, so you can apply it to hot surfaces. This will be fantastic for those who want to keep their engine bay clean and slick always. We know how oily and greasy it can get underneath the engine bay and the engine itself. Now you can clean it with ease and keep it clean. I've already used it on my brushed stainless steel fridge and sprayed inside my stove on my door where the oil and grease splatters all over it. During the time I'm cooking my hamburger patties, oven came out clean. It looked like I just cleaned it. I was amazed. I sprayed on the shell of the body of my Dyson Hot Cold AM06 fan, which always would collect dust and of course would obviously blow out. I applied TopCoat F11 a month ago and there's no visual trace of dust at all. Now on to some questions that I've been asked for my previous video. How many ounce do I need to use? Well, the first time probably around 2 to 3 ounces, depending on the size of your vehicle, whether it's a car or a truck. But the first time I used probably about 2 to 3 ounces because I didn't really know how little you need to really use. Similar to Zaino, you don't need a lot. After that, when the car's slick, I only need to use like 1 ounce or so. Does the car get dust on the car? Yes. Yes, it does. But you can either just rinse the car off with a hose or just spray the panel with a hand spray bottle of water, dry it, and the slickness will come right back. Does bird droppings stick to the car? Yes, but once again, I just take my spray bottle of water and I soak it down. Then I gently remove it without any evidence of it on the paint. Even after 8 hours or more, the protection seems to be working great because I haven't had any issues. I absolutely highly recommend TopCoat F11 to anyone. Anyone who wants to keep their condition of the car looking like it's freshly waxed all the time and have the ability to replenish it with ease. It will save you a lot of money and a lot of time because likely it'll be replacing a lot of your regular products that you usually use. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.